Hello, I'm Clement, Chief Architect and co-founder of Wavefront, and here to talk to you about our latest offering, the AI Genie. As the name probably suggests, it's a genie that helps you with AI in Wavefront today. If you go to Wavefront today, you could actually try it out. With any chart that you're seeing in Wavefront, you could actually pick a query, and you could actually click the Open AI Genie button. And immediately, you should at least see two offerings available, and it's anomaly detection and forecasting. Specifically here today, I'm going to talk about forecasting. Now, forecasting is not actually a new concept to Wavefront. Historically, you can actually incant mathematical expressions in Wavefront whereby it is actually creating points into the future. Or you could use one of our available forecasting functions, such as Holt-Winters, ARIMA, or also the forecast function, which is what is underlying all of the AI Genie offering that we're launching today. So what is the AI Genie? Oftentimes what we hear from customers is that they want to be able to experience the power of artificial intelligence in Wavefront, but they don't necessarily have the skills to be able to tune the parameters or build their own machine learning models, for instance. And so what we've decided in Wavefront is to take that complexity away from users and just have a very easy way for you to just be able to do things like capacity planning, for you to be able to forecast, when things would break, essentially because of capacity issues or because it actually hit a hard ceiling. So what the AI Genie is doing is encapsulating a lot of the functions that are inside Wavefront and automatically generating a view that presents a possible future for your time series data. So I have on here 3 examples of time series data. So the first example is somewhat periodic, you could say, and the second example is somewhat trendy. If you, as a human, you could probably say it probably continues in a particular upward trend. And then on the third case, it's really just kind of like random noise, but it hovers around a mean, right? So in the past, if you were to model this in Wavefront, you probably can do, maybe specifically for the second case, you could do some differencing and then try to approximate that to the future. But what we're offering with Wavefront today is a one-click action that will enable you to forecast that data into the future. Now, as with any forecast, there is always some confidence bounds that you have to live with. Essentially, you could think of it as like a hurricane forecast. The meteorological department can only really tell you kind of a cone, and that's actually what we actually have in Wavefront when you click on the AI Genie today. So with this particular example on the first one, you could imagine the system basically suggesting that the data is going to continue to look like that for a while. And because the data, the peaks are kind of adjusting all the time, the data is probably going to fall within a particular region, for the time being or for the foreseeable future. In the second case, it might be a little easier. You could say, okay, well, it's going to probably continue on this trajectory. But since there's some jitters going on in the past, you could probably say, okay, it's going to continue in this trajectory. And then in the final case, it's basically going to say it's going to oscillate around a mean. And so this is may not be very believable if you just look at the initial forecast, but it is going to give you a boundary condition that says it's going to be oscillating around a mean, right? So what this gives you is an understanding of that the data, well, it gives you the mean information, so you can actually look at what it's hovering around, as well as if you're looking at capacity planning, for instance, what is the, for example, a 95% confidence or 99% confidence that the data in the future will fall within the time band. So with the AI Genie today, go to Wavefront, click any query. On the bottom, there's an ability to choose a particular AI operation that you want to do. Click the forecasting algorithm. It will, by default, show confidence bands, show a kind of medium confidence projection, and then allows you to project data into the future. what is cool, you probably, if you have tried this before, is you could actually drag the timeline into the future, and Wavefront will iteratively try to predict the data forever into the future. Obviously, the confidence of that will start to deteriorate as you go super far into the future. But this is a very exciting offering because I think it enables folks to very easily look at any time series data, whether it's usage of storage in your SAN, for example, or requested information, number of requests that are hitting your system, and you need to predict, okay, well, come next 6 months, what do I expect our request rate to be? And all of that, 1 click or 2 clicks, and you could get to the forecast. Hope you guys will like it. Hope to talk to you guys more in the future. Thank you.